Hello, first grade. Now, before we start our literacy lessons today, where we're going to actually learn how to write some letters and the sounds that they make, I wanted to talk to you about how we get ready for our literacy lesson. Um, this is a time that you really need to practice the virtue of integrity. Now, if you're at our school last year, you probably remember integrity means doing the right thing even if nobody is watching. And that's going to be a very important virtue for you this year, especially if you're going to not be coming into the school and seeing your teacher, that because the teacher's not there to make sure you're doing the right thing. So you're going to have to be like your own teacher in a way of making sure that you're doing the right thing. All right, so one way that we can practice the virtue of integrity in our literacy lessons is making sure we're always following the right procedures and doing everything the correct way. So I'm going to get ready for my literacy lesson now. So now we're pretending I'm a student. So I'm going to get two pencils and I'm going to sharpen them if they need to be sharpened. When our pencils are nice and sharp, it's easier for us to write beautifully. So that would be the first thing. We get our two pencils and we sharpen them. So you should have some pencil sharpeners in your kits that are coming home. I'm going to put those off to the side. Remember, I don't pick up my pencil until it's time to write. Next, I'm going to get my folder. Look, I have a folder that says literacy, just like yours. Anytime that before I start a literacy lesson, I get my folder out. And then when it's time, I'll get out any kind of paper that I need. Right now, while we're learning all our letters, we're going to be using these papers. Okay, but wait until I show you which paper you'll need. You can always pause the video to get that correct piece of paper that you need for the day. All right, and anytime I'm finished with my literacy lesson, my papers always go back in my folder. All right, if you lose any of your papers, then we're gonna kind of have a little bit of a problem because we gave you all the papers that you need. All right, so anytime I'm gonna do a lesson, I'll get my folder out and I'll get it ready. Then when I see which paper I need, I'll get that paper out and get it ready, and I'll do my lesson on it, and then your parents will take a picture of it. But then I'm going to always make sure my paper goes right back in my folder. All right. So we want to make sure to get, let's see, so to get ready for my literacy lesson, what's one thing I need? Right, I need pencils. Do I need to sharpen them first? Yep. If they're dull, if they need to be sharpened, you always sharpen them before you start. And the reason that we have two is in case you break one lead, then you have another pencil that's ready to go. All right, what else do I need to do to get ready for my literacy lesson? What else do I need to get? Good, I need to get out my folder. All right, and I'll keep my folder off to the side until the teacher tells me what I need to get out. And then if you need to pause the video, give yourself a minute to get your papers ready. That's just great. But we want to have the folder ready, but we're not taking things out. We're not going to take everything out and just kind of explore and see, oh, what's going on in there? Because then it's likely that we will lose things. So it's really important that we don't take anything out of our folder until our teacher tells us it's time. All right, so let's review a few things from yesterday. Can you show me how you hold your pencil without holding it? All right, your fingers should look like mine, or if you're left-handed, like this. All right, we're making a circle. We're just touching the pads of our fingers together here. Not like this, nice and round. All right, and then now I want you to show me how you hold your pencil. Right, I'm holding close to where the paint ends. on opposite sides. I'm holding it gently, and my little finger is just resting on the desk there. Okay. Now, if I tell you to get ready to write, where are your feet going to be? Good, they're going to be flat on the floor. And are you scooted all the way back in your chair? Should you be scooted back all the way when it's time to be ready to write? Good, we scoot all the way back. We're going to make a nice straight line from our head all the way down to our hips. And we're going to find the writing spot. Find our writing spot. Right. Then I'm going to take my paper and put it in my writing spot. So now I'm ready to write. All right, so let's go through that one more time. Let's see. So when I'm ready to write, my bottom is all the way back in my chair. Where are my feet? Right, they're flat on the floor, and my head is above my shoulders, which is above my hips. Okay, I find my writing spot, and I get my paper, and I put it right there in my writing spot. Now, when you come into the classroom, if you're going to be coming in later this year, when I say ready to write, you would be sitting like this. And then, when it's actually time, I'll say pick up your pencil, and you'll pick up your pencil. All right, so I want you to practice that with me. All right, ready to write? And pick up your pencil. Right. Put your pencil down, and then we put it down. So we only have our pencil in our hand when it's time to write. All right, let's practice that again. Ready to write? So I straighten my back, I get my feet flat on the floor, stack my blocks, find my writing spot, and make sure my paper is slanted correctly in my writing spot. Right, so I'm ready to write now. If the teacher says pick up your pencil, I pick up my pencil. And when the teacher says put your pencil down, I put my pencil down. All right, let's try that one more time. So I'll do it with you. Ready to write? You can see my paper's all angled there, but I'm not going to pick up my pencil until the teacher says, pick up your pencil. Pick up your pencil. Make sure I'm holding it correctly. All right, so it's really important that you practice those things throughout the day today. Maybe your parents or a brother or sister or a relative can help you. They can just say ready to write, and you can practice quickly getting ready to write, and then picking up your pencil and then putting it down. Let's see, now before we move on to our letters, tell me the name of the stroke that we did yesterday that starts at 2 and then goes up and then down to 10. What do we call that stroke? Good, that is our clock stroke. And where does our clock stroke start? I'll say it with you. Go over a space just below the dotted line and touch 2 on the clock. All right, now you say it. Where does our clock stroke start? I'll say it with you this time. All right, go over a space just below the dotted line, touch 2 on the clock. All right, now say it by yourself. Where does our clock stroke start? Good. Go over a space just below the dotted line, touch 2 on the clock. All right. Next lesson, we will be learning how to write a letter, and we will be learning the sounds that letter says.